Hello everyone, and welcome to another server tour. And yeah, I'm together here with Milky, Gannon, and Philip. Hey guys.
Hi.
Hey.
Hello.
So, and you already see we've been working on the spawn. And yeah, this time we first of all finally moved our iron trade villager to over here. And so now it's actually safe to trade with him if you're alone, since this is the spawn chunks and it's always loaded. If you crash while you are trading with him, it will still recover its trade, since yeah, it keeps being loaded, which is really nice. And we are also playing on the most recent snapshot 1.6.2, and therefore there are some baby zombies here which sometimes try to run across those villager here, because this is actually, there are some spots on the weird fields where they can still spawn. Yeah, but he's really safe in there, and that's quite cool. And over here we did some rebuilding on the iron trench, and so yeah, Philip helped me with this. We saved on a lot of hoppers by replacing the chest and hopper chain from the top to the bottom floor with a glass tube. And yeah, at the bottom it goes through this hill here and lands over here. And yeah, the first reason why we replaced this is that in this episode we mainly focused on lag reducing on the server here. So you might wondering what's exactly do you mean with this? Well, a lot of hoppers do create a lot of lag, and we always already had TPS slowdowns since there were so many hoppers at the spawn and at this storage room. And by now we were able to extremely reduce the lag, and currently the server is mostly between 50 and 80% CPU usage. So and before it was way over 100, which meant that the TPS were down. Yeah, that's really nice, and we mainly did this by reducing the amount of hoppers and chests which are permanently loaded. So the outcome is over here, and over here it will get sorted in, but before we check that, I just wanted to quickly go inside the mountain over there. We got a little sorter for all the red roses, which we just dumped into this cactus here. And over here we got the first new thing I wanted to show you in this episode, which we used a lot in our huge project we did at our perimeter. But yeah, over here you can see I used 2 ender chests here, and there is ice below this water current here. And what this is doing is it aligns the items which are incoming, in this case iron and roses, so that the hoppers can still pick them up, but at the same time they are still traveling at ice speed. So you can see there are some iron incoming, was some iron bypassing, and let me just put in some flowers so you can see that they are actually getting sorted out. Okay, so I'm throwing them against there. You can see, well, there were some flowers in this hopper there in the first one. Yep. So this actually works really well, and the main reason why we did this in case instead of an just a chain is, first of all, you save on a lot of hoppers, and also this has some other advantages which we will show you later on in our bulk storage room. Yeah, so this is just 2 sorters here with a cactus in between, and this dropper here is attached to a little clock which puts everything which is in the dropper into this cactus here as soon as it's over a certain threshold. And yeah, that's it. So pretty simple, and nicely hidden in this hill here. Okay, and over here we got a fancy little thing for our iron trade villager. Milky Way, do you want to maybe explain what we are doing here?
Yeah, well, it's looking more fancy than the old one, which was mainly cobble, as most of you who watched the previous server tours might remember.
Yeah.
And yeah, except
design.
that we have a lot of protection over here. Reason being that, well, some arrows were randomly flying around here a few days ago. Some really good horses died, and yeah, well. So we thought before that happens to our villager, we will encase him in some like cozy cage with a lot of expensive blocks. And
yeah,
I think it looks kind of decent.
And to all the people who think we should never use nether quartz for anything else than comparators. Yeah, over here, and that's what I actually was referring to, is Our storage for the iron, I don't know, there's currently not too much in it, but...
6 chests, something like that.
Yeah, but let's just... I did this turbo crafting machine video recently, and over here we just made it simple by breaking the chests. The reason is, first of all, obviously it takes a little space to build this up, but actually this would be another 200 hoppers, which are actually quite unnecessary, and well, it's cool, but this is the spawn area, so this is permanently loaded, and I didn't want to have this crafting machine, so 200 additional hoppers and too many chests all the time permanently loaded, adding up to the server stress permanently. So we just decided to go for the small thing here. Let's break them and track a look at how quick we can actually craft stuff with this.
Yeah, give me a second, I'm making you a stack of iron blocks so you can pre-fill.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I got some iron on me as well.
Yeah, well, there you got it.
Okay, so let's fill in some slots, get some space on the first one, and get going. Probably actually don't have enough space in total, but here you can see that's the way I did it on the video as well. And for some reason I got I got the chests, but I dumped them already away. Yeah, and sometimes you need to be a little bit careful because the iron takes sometimes a little bit longer to actually appear in the crafting inventory. I don't know. Okay, let's craft this all into iron blocks and bring them over to our perimeter. So I'm going to speed this up till I'm done here. So here we are at our portal to our storage room, but before we go there, because we actually did a lot of new building there, we will check out our cobble bulk storage. Last time I showed this to you, we had this already running when we were digging out the first part of the perimeter, but there's now actually a new portal behind it, so let's just go to the old one first. Yep, and over here we actually removed our old storage and replaced it with a new one a little bit further away. Here is the same reason. Also, the hopper chain has vanished. We completely got rid of the hoppers because, well, they were actually permanently loading each other and also creating a lot of additional lag. And first of all, replaced this with an ice stream, but now we actually have the ice stream below the floor, since there is a glass elevator over here now. And this glass elevator was necessary to get all the cobble from our old storage into the new one, because we just attached some dispensers below the old one to dump the items out, put them into the glass elevator and put them into the other storage. And since it is quite a lot of cobble, we had around 50 cobble per second firing for 10 hours to move the whole cobble over, and I actually recorded parts of this, so let's just quickly do a little flashback to this action here was quite funny. And see you in a moment. Hi guys, so here we are in preparation of a new Servertour, and what you see right here is how many dispensers are these actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dispensers firing at full speed and currently transporting 50 cobblestone per second upwards this glass elevator here. Where the cobble will get sorted into our new bulk storage, because this one here, this is the old one, so this will probably take, I don't know, how much will it take, 30 hours or so. I actually need to calculate this, so yeah, it's around 1.5 million cobble stored in here, and it's 50 cobble per second, so we can actually quickly estimate it. 100 cobble would be 10,000, 15,000 seconds, so like 15,000, maybe not even a day, we'll see. Probably just like 10 hours or so. And this stuff will all land in the new sorters, so let's take a look at them. And why did we actually do this? Well, first of all, the cobble in this is actually inaccessible from most points because it's just stacked vertically, and there is 2 hoppers per chest, which causes lag. Although this is mostly not loaded since we are usually not here and this is just a bulk storage, and actually no one actually needs that much cobble, it's just because we can. But I also like the new storage design a lot better because you can adjust it so that it also can handle a lot other items very easily. What it has, it also uses the same feature as we are using in our storage room, that you can align items with ender chests in a way that they are in the middle and are running along the ice currents, but as well getting well, the hoppers can still pick up the stuff, so you can see as soon as a cobblestone flies by, it will get picked up. And yeah, the item current here can handle 50 cobble per second, which would no hopper chain ever be able to handle. But yeah, this can handle as many cobble as you want, and just each hopper cobble sorter will grab all this. Actually, the ones over here are not grabbing anything because right now those ones are already enough to filter out the cobble, the first few ones. And once they are filled up, so let's actually take a look. Yeah, stuff is starting to fill up. It's going to take a while, I believe. Yeah, this we sorted the first few cobble in manually. This is why they are not equally filled up. But usually it will start from bottom to top. So let's see over here. It works. You can see cobble filling up. Yeah, and each sorter is obviously not only sorting with 2.5 items per second. So that's why there are roughly 20 the 21st sorters here are busy with the cobble incoming from back there. And after that we will also add some more slices for dirt and stuff. Yeah, and currently this is just circling around to the other side, and we'll mark where the cobble and where the dirt, and probably we'll also put some gravel in here and chest in the end if someone accidentally drops something else into this. Yeah, and so if you take a look at this design, let's see from the back. Okay, I can actually drop down here. Someone should, or I guess the light level on here would be not high enough in the night, so we should probably put some torches here or just remove this stupid layer. Well, there is just one hopper per chest, but since there are just so many parallel chests here, it still can handle huge loads of items. But in comparison to the old design, which had 2 hoppers per chest, and also, as you can see, you can access every chest, which is just way more convenient and also looks way more impressive. And this is actually not going to be the final size of it. We probably need to make this around twice as long when we dug out the complete perimeter. So we will extend this, but I'm not going to, I didn't do this right from scratch to actually be able to take those chests from there to extend this. Since this is already enough storage to get all the chests from there, and I don't need to craft some unnecessary chests all the time, but just tear down the old one. Obviously you can't tear it down before it's empty, otherwise all the nice cobble would despawn. That's why we set up this glass elevator. And what's also going to happen is that all new cobble incoming from the perimeter when we are digging will be lifted up by this glass elevator, so there will be an underground ice tunnel instead just lifting up from the central storage room, because this also avoids lag and makes stuff easier to separate. Yeah, that's our plan. So for the next, well, I should probably calculate it more precisely. It will be between 10 hours and a day or so, where this is going to take 50 cobble per second and transport over 1 million cobble into the other chests, and it's definitely a lot more convenient than trying to do this by hand, and probably even faster. Yep. Okay, that's it. So let's get back. Okay guys, so where is it? Where is the cobble? Is it not still there?
Yeah, it's
dirt actually.
The dirt. Oh, over there the train is incoming. Okay, so what we got here is a serious issue actually, and that is that we accidentally had this, someone was AFKing here and had the dirt being sorted in, but apparently the storage was not properly loaded, and therefore, like, I don't know how many 100 stacks of dirt accumulated here, and then just all got lifted up to the elevator once. I think it was 700 stacks, and now they are cycling here because the sorters actually can't handle it at the moment. Probably most of it is going to despawn, but this looks so strange. I guess actually most of it already despawned. Yeah, this is the super dense dirt tower. Dirt Snake, I would say. Alter. Wie lang cycelt die da jetzt noch rum?
Hey, ewig, das sind noch 500 Stacks. Ja, halt.
Ja, 150. Ja, scheiße, was machen wir jetzt? Da wird so viel davon spawnen, das gibt's gar nicht.
Ja, aber ich habe auch nicht Platz.
Aber ernsthaft, als was von 8000 Items gesagt hast, ich mich da einlogge, hey, was ist los? Und dann auf einmal sprudelte da aus diesem Item-Elevator ein Batzen raus. Das glaubst du gar nicht. Da sprudelte das so richtig raus aus allen Seiten. Ihr müsst bedenken, das ist ja immer so ein bisschen random, wo die hinfliegen. Da ist jeder Stack in eine andere Richtung geflogen. Es sah aus wie so ein Dirtwurst, der so rausgefallen ist. Heilige Scheiße, das wäre so geil gewesen.
Also Johann, wie so eine Kackfontäne eigentlich. So irgendwie.
Ja. So, now you have seen the madness of this, and yeah, let's just take a further look into the sorter here. We also use the principle to align the items with the ender chests here, and the big advantage of this system here is obviously that it can handle way more than the hopper chain. We already transported 50 items per second across this. This is 20 times the amount, 20 times the amount of a hopper chain, which a hopper chain could handle. And each of those sorters here is meant for a specific item type. In this case, it's Cobblestone. And since every sorter is attached to 6 double chests here, actually it's very simple. Let's just quickly go and check out the wiring. Yep, so since there's 1.6, we do have better underwater vision, which is cool. So there are those sorters, which I will talk about in a second as well. And yeah, it's just attached to a row of hoppers behind those chests there. And oh god, let me get up first. Ta-da! Failing here all the time. Yeah, so those sorters here, I designed them. They work with the same principle as the usual sorters, but those pistons here make sure that those wires don't interfere. And the reason for this is that it is now overflow safe, since the standard sorter design where the redstone is just in the side by side and it works by having the different signal strengths, that the signals are not cross-connecting. It has a problem as soon as the sorter gets full that it actually does cross-connect and cause the other sorters to malfunction. Yeah, and this system here works. There's also another alternative method someone suggested me, and that is using 3 rows of redstone, and I will link you to the video. But that has the problem that it has a much bigger threshold. So, and for Cobblestone, it's not doesn't matter. But if you want, for example, sort out worthwhile items like golden apples or something, you better don't want to have a threshold of like 40 items or so, just idling there in the hopper, which are never accessible. Yeah, so let's just take a look one more time at the sorters here. We'll just break this apart. It's an alternating pattern, and yeah, this redstone torch powers those 2 hoppers. And yeah, over here you can see as soon as the signal strength of this comparator there reaches 2, it extends the piston, which will power the torch down here, and therefore yeah, release some items into the chests till it's empty enough again to be retracted. And the other design looks yeah, quite simple as well. Let's just break this quickly apart. I can replace this in no time. So as you can see, this time it's not a piston but just 2 redstone. And yeah, this is also what we used in our storage room, because well, actually the main part of this Servertour will be our updated storage room. But before we come to this one, I'm just going to repair what I just broke, and oh god, and failed first. Who's dropping all this water down there? Hey, don't break it. Thanks. So this one was the piston. And some more redstone on top of this, and we are done. And I actually forgot to place the torch. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so the thing is that this sorter here, when we dispensed all those items and also when we are digging the perimeter, was actually 20 of those sorters were working parallel. Since there were like 50 couple per second incoming, the first sorter would handle the first 2.5 couple per second and so on. So always 20 sorters are working at the same time. They are working parallel, which makes the system really efficient. And if something goes wrong, for example, a lot of people are digging, but they are so far away that this storage is not loaded, which is actually intended because usually we don't want to load this storage all the time when we are at the perimeter. And then someone goes here and suddenly there are like few hundred stacks of items incoming at one instance. Well, we just connected this backwards to over here again. So it's just going to loop and therefore still work and not just collapse at the end. And also, since we got so many parallel sorters here, it's like a few hundreds of them, we actually are able to sort out hundreds of cobblestones per second at once with this, until the sorters are, individual sorters are full. And you can also throw in different kinds of items at the same time and sort them as well, which is all nice. The only downside is, since we are looping this, there is no way for an overflow chest for all the items which we're not sorting out, since cobblestone would land there as well. So we need to be prepared and have all items which could eventually come into this loop here being sorted. So we also put in some sands, dirt, and like iron ore and stuff as well at the end there, instead of just having one chest for everything else than cobble. And if someone accidentally drops his pickaxe into the stream, he needs to go here and actually collect it from the ice current. There's no other way to do this, since we need to loot this and cannot just put an overflow chest here. But I believe that this storage is way cooler than the other one. Currently there are around 400 double chests, and I don't know, it is quite far filled already. I'm not sure if this will actually be enough double chests. We estimated it, and this is like 2/3 of the cobble which will be in the actual perimeter. But we thought that like 1/3 would probably despawn or not being collected. So yeah, this is the remaining 2/3. If it's not enough, we will need to extend this. Obviously, this is very easy. Just put 2 more rows of chests here and put another ice stream on top, and it's done. And yeah, since this is also so long, actually it's so many chests that it would normally cause more lag than it does at the moment. That's just simply because not all chests are rendered. Maybe you can see this, that at the end there the chests are getting invisible. And yeah, the others are doing PvP fights because I'm rambling for so long that they are getting bored. Yeah, just keep on fighting here. We'll have something fun to watch. Hey! Okay, I think I talked enough about this. Yeah, it's time to move on. See you in the next, on the next spot where we build. And here we are, finally, in our new and completely redesigned storage room. And yeah, the design was made by Milky, me, and Banana mostly. Not know, Philip, did you also help a little bit? I guess so.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, of course, and Gannon as well. He mainly took parts in the designing of the arrangement of the items, and I think it turned out quite well. And yeah, so let's just check the features here. In this middle chest here, you will dump items which should be sorted. They're getting fired out of this dispenser here, and then they will get shifted or into a glass elevator at the bottom there. There's a threshold which catches all items and then lifts them up. Takes some seconds here, but yeah, we're not in a hurry, so we can just probably see them rising up in a moment. And currently there are also, there are those ender pearls. Some witch farm drops coming up all the time. We connected those witch farms already with some water currents. More to that later. But since there are still tons of slime spawning, we didn't light up the caves over there. It's still working very slowly compared to a full speed witch farm. But back to the storage room. This center area here pretty much marks where you are supposed to stand to keep all 4 witch huts active. Because although we chose the seat with the closest quad witch hut combination we actually found so far, this is still, those 4 points mark the spots where the circles intersect, and pretty much there you can imagine a square in the middle of them, or between them. And inside this area, you are less than 128 meters away from the furthest point from each witch hut. The problem is just that the witches actually drop down and get even a little bit further away. So we just marked the center circle here to be sure that when you are within this area, the witch farms are working at full speed. Right. Let's see what there is at the top. Milky, do you want to explain this maybe really quick?
Yeah, so we, as you might remember from the previous Servertour when I wasn't on the server yet, we didn't have too much space for single items, so we thought it might be a good idea to have some bulk storage system for like blocks that you have a lot of or get a lot of and you want to keep a lot of. For instance, glowstone dust, redstone dust. Yeah, redstone blocks also, because you can craft them over here. Sand and gunpowder next to each other to craft TNT, and some burning materials, gold nuggets, all the good stuff that you might need a lot of. And yeah, we got Dinnerbone over here. He's our Mission Impossible golem thing over here.
Yeah.
We thought that might be some nice decoration for the storage room, and in case we get ever attacked by social zombies, we can just come up here and
release him.
Release the golem and let him take care of those. Actually, we are thinking about like leashing some golems to each entrance, so if there's social golems, we just go over here and let the golems take care of them. Like push them down into the perimeter, which would actually be pretty hilarious to watch.
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
So
it also looks like the golem, this rope is just too short, and over here you can also see the witch drops are all getting sucked out by this ender chest there. It's also pretty cool. I was thinking about how to get the items out of this glass elevator without water streams, since they would actually block the beacons. And I found out that by far the most reliable way was, we can check this out in a moment when you go to this to the top there is putting 2 ender chests on top of each other. That's just 2 nodes here. We also tried to reduce the amount of hoppers. So in this design here, there's just 1 hopper per double chest, compared to other design where there's usually 2 hoppers per double chest. But at the same time, it's still at high speed. And also each double chest is accessible, so in case you need to grab a lot of stuff at once, you don't need to wait till the stuff went through the back threshold chests to the first one again. The system all was lag optimized. So actually for the client, this all is very, very intensive, and the frame rates drop a lot, but the point is that we reduce the server stress extremely by cutting down the amount of hoppers compared to our old storage room. And also this looks far more better, and also has more features, of course. So over here we can see, I need to get an item to stack up. Let's just use some wood here. I just wanted to show a little bit more in detail how the mechanics work in this Servertour. So the ender chests are transparent, that means the beacon beam can go through, but their hitbox is slightly smaller, and there's actually a tiny gap between the ender chest and the glass block, and therefore the items going up there in the center recognize this and just get shot out to the side. Works really well, and therefore there's no water current blocking the beacon beam. Over here we got several aligners again, and the first one sorts out sticks. So you might wonder, why are we sorting out sticks over here? Well, we plan to use those sticks as our only source of fuel. Since those quad wedge huts will actually produce enough sticks to maintain, to keep, I believe, 7 furnaces running permanently, we can actually use them with no problem for burning something, since it's not going to happen that 24/7 someone is burning something. So it's actually more likely that the sticks will accumulate, and then if someone needs to burn something, we will burn a lot of stuff at once. We didn't implement an automatic industrial furnace yet, so they are just stacking up in some chests at the moment. But obviously we will do that and show you this hopefully in the next Servertour already. So
I got another feature of these sorters over here. Actually, we got some overflow protection implemented directly for these chests. And if you come down here, JL, you can see that, we have droppers which will drop the excess blocks if it's getting too full just into the fire. So if it gets full, we just always have like at least 12 double chests of each. Of the sorted blocks here, and I'm actually thinking about using dispensers for the TNT and dispensing it into water, just like as a reminder that you should maybe use some of it instead of wasting it all. Would make some nice sounds, and I like that a lot.
That idea is genius. They are also attached to some lamps here, so you can actually see those indicator lamps will go on when they are almost full, and obviously warn you that it needs to be sorted soon. Okay, so what happens over here? So let's to sum it up. The witch farm drops from the witch farms are actually getting up here with no limit speed at the moment, so they are not going through any dropper hopper combination filter, but the usual items from the storage room are. But the important witch farm drops are all getting sorted out at the top here with twice the speed to be able to actually process the witch farm's speed when it's at full speed, since it's going to be really quick. We estimated it with some calculations yet, but I'm not going to tell anything before it's not actually proven that it works. After those twice or double speed hoppers, sorters here, this gets again into a little threshold here, and after that it's just dispensed with single speed because the other hoppers are not that quick, and therefore we can't put in twice the speed again. So let's go down there and check those out. It's also pretty cool. So this all is just the different items which are getting sorted, and you can see there are diamonds over here block of quartz and all the other blocks which you could see in the storage room. And the first item which is actually getting sorted out is a bowl, and therefore we can use the bowl as the threshold item in the other sorters, as long as the bowl sorter is never overflowing, and that's why we chose them, since we're probably not going to craft several double chests of bowls in any time. At least we hope so. Yeah, so the items travel through the system here, always aligned by ender chests, yeah, therefore saving a lot of hoppers. It's actually also very quick, and all over the place we do have the same system as I just showed you at our bulk storage, to have low threshold parallel sorters with overflow protection. I'm also going to make a separate video about this storage room as a tutorial style in creative, just if there are actually some people or some servers who want to build up something similar. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm trying to do as soon as possible. You can also
You better
see,
have good computers, guys.
yeah, and you need a good PC, not for the storage room itself, then you just need a medium PC, but for if you have additional wish farms and stuff around, it can get laggy quite soon. Yeah, so that's that, and yeah, there's a lot of more features to this actually. One of them is that what happens if a certain item type is threshold, or the chests are actually full. Well, the hopper here will just stack 64 of those items in the first slot, and therefore no more items can be processed into this one, and will just continue along the stream. But at the very end of the stream, we attached stackable item sorter. I believe Panda was the first one who built one of these, but I think some other people maybe invented this as well. I just built up my own design here. So it's over here. This is the end of the water current. And everything else which is not sortable, for example unstackable items, will get into this item hopper here. And then the unstackable item will reach this torch here because it has signal strength 3, and therefore release the bottom hopper and fire it out. Do you have anything unstackable? Yeah, for example, my pickaxe. If I put it in here, and that was a fail, once again. Yeah, you can hear the dropper firing, and we will get into the first chest. I will need to grab that in a second. But if I put in oak wood planks, they will not actually get fired out because their signal is too weak, but instead they keep on processing into this overflow chest. So this overflow chest is actually the perfect indicator if one of those sorters is full, because if that happens, stuff will land in here, and you can already see which one is full. And if there are too many items in there, yep, an alarm will go on to inform you that you need to sort out this and check what's going on here. Pretty cool. Let's also try to see to find our pickaxe again. Hope that it's in this chest here. Over here. Yep, perfect. So yeah, there is going to be everything which is unsortable. Yeah, so over here we got our redstone, and I think we already showed the order of the items in our last or in the Servertour where we
Look into this
first
chest.
one. Wow, yeah, glistering melons all over the place. We will
Yeah,
craft
we
so
made
many
some
cool
of those
potions out
before
them.
changing to 1.6.
Yeah. Banana was so kind to farm a lot of gold before, but we definitely need a better gold crop anyway, then it doesn't matter at all.
Yeah, we'll come with something.
Yeah, and hey Philip, what's going on? How are you? Running around all the time.
Yeah, now with the new design we can run around this elevator even better.
Let's actually talk about one of the most important features that we have here right now, because, well, if you are like working on here, or were working on here, and yeah, and at some point you drop down into the perimeter, which was at that point not filled with water, so it was pretty likely that you die. Not since 1.6 actually, because jump boost seems to reduce the falling damage quite a lot.
Yeah, that's actually something which we can demonstrate real quick right here. I've got jump boost too, I'm jumping down here and not getting any damage, although I actually would have normally gotten damage since I'm jumping 2.5 meters high and then almost 2 meters down. So jump boost is reducing fall damage. Cool.
Yes, it is. Yeah, and also, well, if you were like falling down here, like we are right now, yeah, before that we had like ladders or some staircase which was removed during the process of rebuilding this. Let's go over there actually, this looks pretty awesome.
Yeah, these are marked out slime chunks, by the way, where we plan to put in some slime traps later on. Yeah, and this is just Enderpearl elevators. I didn't use the design I recently showed you in this 1-minute video. And hey, we made it up at the same time.
Yeah,
cool.
3, 2, whoa!
Shit.
No!
Oh, sorry.
Oh man, I'm screwed. Oh, I'm up.
Yeah, but
All good.
this design is even more user-friendly since you don't even need to shift, and also it's just way cooler with redstone. I like it a lot. Yeah, and...
Yeah, I think we got something else. I mean, we were planning on some more, like, well, let's say more redstone intensive way to do it, but for now we have our temporal personal storage that's over here. So everyone who claimed a chest so far does have his own chest.
Hey, and I got
so you
fancy...
don't need to store all your tools in your ender chests, so, and then can just like leave them here because we will be digging on the perimeter a lot anyway, so we will need tools around here.
Yeah. So
and,
for people who don't know this, what he means is that usually every chest is just everyone can grab everything which is in a chest besides stuff in an ender chest. Yeah, and in this public ender chest also everyone can grab the stuff out.
Wow,
Yeah.
cool stuff you have in there.
Yeah, isn't that Pricey's ender chest?
No.
Well, I'm going to take something anyway.
Yeah, and so we just agreed on not putting grabbing anything out of those chests here, but you can take a look in them. But any other chest is free to be just raided. And yeah, that's just the bottom floor here, by the way. We are planning, for example, the industrial furnace will be down here, and we probably also are going to add some more interesting features, which we are not sure about yet, and also I don't want to spoil everything. So
That's kind of obvious. What do you want to do with all the witchfront drops? Just as a hint.
Yeah, by the way, the center part down here is 5 meters wide, since there are those 4 drops in the corners for the items which are dropping down, and in the middle everything gets sucked up by the glass, so it looks pretty cool. I showed you this in the beginning, when items are processing downwards and upwards at the same time. So I believe we pretty much talked about most of the features of the storage room here. So to sum it up, items just cycle through, have quick hoppers, few hoppers and quick sorters attached to them. We tried to figure out a nice way to align items, and also I believe that this design looks quite cool. It also is a little bit more compact, or actually way more compact than the old design, because I was able to squeeze the redstone or the chests and the arrangement of the sorters closer together. The different corridors here are closer to each other, and also the wiring at the outside looks a lot more compact. I guess you can already see that there's almost no airspace anywhere. So more about this, as I said, in an additional video tutorial style probably of this storage room here. And so I think that's all I wanted to talk about, to say about the storage room. Thanks, Milky, for helping me explaining. And so let's see.
You're welcome.
Let's see. I think we got at least one more thing to show you guys.
Yeah, so this is what he wanted to show you. Doesn't this just look awesome? Yeah, storage room at night looks pretty great. Like no light anywhere except for the mapped out slime chunks down there. And yeah, it's like one big Christmas tree made out of iron blocks. And some netherrack and redstone, and yeah, but well, I personally think it looks pretty great, and yeah, Banana and I were probably together with JL the ones like designing the looks of it. Banana doing a lot of fine tuning where JL and I were not able to do so. And well, form follows function, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess that rounds it up for today. Stay tuned. We will probably have some great new stuff in the next server tour for you.
As usual, of course. And
Yeah,
it's
and,
getting day, so it's the
getting
perfect
day.
time to get to sleep, to bed.
Yeah, look at that sun rising up. Doesn't that look awesome as well? That's great. It's just great. Over here, like this is. Just imagine when all the perimeters grown up, like dig out, and you don't even see like the border, and just see the sun rising up out of the nothing.
And a creeper explosion in the background.
Yeah, well, they do that sometimes.
Okay, so yeah, bye guys. See you in the next episode, and we will continue on
Bye.
our projects. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Stay tuned. Bye.